welcome along and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. Today we are going to be heading up to the sawmill. We've got some clearing up to do with a few bits and pieces up there that we've got to sell off. We've actually got most of our stuff set to distribute at the moment, so all of the various productions we've got are distributing stuff round to where we need it. Which is very useful. It means we don't have to run around all over the place and sort things at the moment. It does also mean that we're not having to worry about selling things because we've got stuff automatically selling at the moment. So we're up to 34,702 on our money, and whatever we make by the end of this series is basically what we're going to be taking with us to our next map. So we might take some of the equipment with us depending on where we go, but we need to get we left all this here. We need to get a load of money together in order to take to the next map to get us set up. And I actually want to go and grab the train because that is going to be our first job for today. Our last big sell-off on the train. I think it's stopping. I'm hoping it's stopping. Yeah, it's coming. So, yeah, we want to get as much money in as possible. So we're going to actually sell off all of this. Everything else we've got on here at the moment is currently set to distributing. So the sawmill, we've actually got it only creating planks and long planks. That is because the long planks are going to the wood turner in order to make staircase railings, pepper grinders, and bowls, and those are automatically being sold. We were making and selling some shingle with long planks. That will probably send some more long planks over to that in a minute, and those be sold. We also have a load of tables, which are being sold both from planks and long planks, chairs from planks and long planks, and armoires from long planks, short planks, and metal. So our metal's going into here at the moment. Same goes for down here. We are actually storing everything from the barrel factory at the moment. So I think what we'll probably do is set the bathtub to we can only there we go, and we'll set the bathtubs to selling because we don't need to store any of those. We do need to go and pick up some barrels and buckets. I think we probably only need to grab one load of those, and we can then get those over to the roller coaster and get that sold, get that finished off. Ready for next time, where we're looking to ride the roller coaster in our final episode on here. So let's go get the teleskid and get this lot loaded up, and then we can go and get the roller coaster finished off and check on the launch of our ship. Now, all of the goods and the products we have to sell here are ones that we had before we were before I started setting everything to distribute. So I'm just going to straight up sell them rather than take them to produce stuff elsewhere, because I want to make sure that we can get through everything in time. We need to work through everything that's left in the sawmill, so all of the wood that we put in here last time, that needs to work through before the end of the next day, and then that needs to have the chance as well to work through and be sold in our other locations. So this is very important to sort of clear this out and get this stuff sold. We could have done this next time as well. I mean, we could have loaded all this up then. But to be honest, I think it's fairly good to clear it out now while we can. We've got lots of preparations for moving to make next time, once the roller coaster is complete. And we're going to work out what we're going to sell, what we're going to keep, and where we're going to go. That's the thing. I'm still open to locations that we can move this series to, and continue our Forestry Fridays as it will be going forwards again. So yeah, let us know in the comments where, if you have a favorite forestry map that we could go and have a look at, and maybe that's the one we'll pick. But it's quite a long, it's quite a long process sometimes to pick maps. So yeah, let's shorten it a little bit, and you guys can let me know where you like, which maps you like. There are quite a few forestry maps now, actually, on Farm Sim. It'd be nice to have one that maybe has a little bit of extra production or a little bit different in it. So if you know of anything that does something a little bit different with forestry, definitely interested in taking a look at that, and we can go and have a go with that. I think one of the things that's made this map, made Silverrun Forest so successful in general, has been that what it does with its forestry, and kudos to Giants for this, is a little bit different to just the basic forestry. And I would like to see if there's anything out there that goes beyond that. Even, in fact, if there's a mod for a new factory or something that does something with wood. So yeah, I'd be interested in looking at that. I know there's some big mining maps out there and things like that as well. So that's always a possibility. However, we need to concentrate on getting everything sold on here. We have a lot of short planks, we have a lot of long planks, we have a lot of beams, and we've got just the 2 prefab walls because we forgot to initially activate those. And yeah, so we'll get all of this loaded up, and then we can get it sold. Plating the 2 large prefab wall setups on the front here, and then I can move the train forward a little bit and get the rest of, well, mainly the wooden beams on. We've got 2 pallets of long planks and 2 pallets of short planks to put on as well. So I'm going to put them on the next bit as a small pile together, and then we'll go from there. But these want to go on here like so. Very nicely fit on here, these prefab walls. And then where is my there and there? So strap those down, and in fact one there as well. So now I want to move the train forwards because we don't have easy access to the back part of it. Go forward a little bit to about there and turn it off. Fortunately, it doesn't let the traffic go, but we are now able to fill up the rest of it. So 2 more of these planks, 2 of the small planks, and then we'll get all of those wooden beams loaded up as well. With 12 of these left and only 2 spots on this section of the train, what I'm going to do is do 2 sets of 6. So I've got the first 4 on there. We then want to grab another one and see if we can push this across as we load that one on. So down like this, grab it just enough of the forks, then we can get it into position, get under the next one along, and hopefully push them over. So come into here like so. Yeah, I'm trying to get underneath. This is where it gets hard. There we go. And then across, take that to there, and then push. That should be in position like that, and then off. Yep, and then we just need to get the last one on top carefully without pushing everything else off. And then we got space for the last 6 as well. This is gone really, really well. I'm very, very happy with how we've managed to get these loaded onto here without too much trouble. And by the time they go and sell, we should make a really good amount of money. I'm expecting around about 100,000. We normally get 100,000 for a full train like this. So that would be excellent to do that. Let's strap these down there and there. And just 6 more to get done. Last one. Let's get underneath that. Pick it up. And then out. Over to our train. And wow, I'm really, really pleased with this. This has been absolutely great. Can I get this on in first person as a little test for myself? So out a little bit. Yeah, a little bit further. There we go. That should do it. Hopefully that's not pushed everything else off. No. So strap that down. And yeah, we want to send the train off because it's now complete with everything. So let's send that going. And nearly £400 vehicle leasing cost, but that is easily offset by all of the products we're sending off. And now I just need to go and grab my trailer and we can load up the teleskid and head down to sort out the barrels and the buckets. Well, the train has headed off to Elm Creek. 95,327 off that, so that's really good. Up to 132,000, which is excellent. I'm very, very happy. We're going to have a fair amount of cash on here actually at the end because we're going to sell the we're going to sell all of the productions as well because we've got most of the productions on this map now. So we'll sell all the productions as well, and then we will also sell up our land. We won't sell up the buildings. I tend to like the idea of leaving a farm intact when I sell it off. So we won't sell off the buildings. We will sell off the land, and we'll sell off all the productions because we have no need of them once we leave Silverrun Forest here. And so yeah, we should have a really decent amount of money from those as well. So the barrel factory is just down here. Oh, I've loaded up my skid steer wrong, my teleskid wrong. I've got the weight all at the back and it's making everything a little bit uneven. So into the barrel factory here, and I only really need a single barrel and a single bucket pallet. Yeah, we've got a whole load here, so we'll take a single barrel and a single bucket. Let's get JTB off, and then we'll be able to get those loaded up. I'm going to put them straight on the back of the Unimog. We've got a lot of these to sell as well. There's quite a few in here, but yeah, it's 1,000 liters. We need less than 1,000 liters each of barrels and buckets. So let's bring this in here, and then wow, they're double pallets for the barrels. Hopefully we can get it all on here as it produces another pair of barrels. So we'll set those now to automatically sell and sell everything that we've got coming through of the buckets. So buckets, let's change output mode to selling. Barrels, change output mode to selling, so that we are now just selling everything on here we can. As I put these on the back of here. This is not a great amount of space to maneuver. I will have to come back though and grab the last couple of pallets we've got of buckets and barrels. Just back and forward. Trying not to Austin Powers myself. And yeah, that's got it. So that on the back of here. We could probably, I think if we have this active, a lot of these productions would actually be available on the next map we have. So we have some variation as well. The one thing that we can't do, unfortunately, is metal. We won't have any ability on the next map to make metal, so we can't do barrels and buckets. We should be able to do furniture, I think. So that would be fairly good. But otherwise, yeah, I don't think we can do barrels and buckets. Right, let's pop around here and get these dropped off. And then before I go back and grab my teleskid again, I want to just check out what the status of our ship is. I think it should be launching in the near future. So that's the barrels and buckets off. We've got 999 barrels. It needs 407, and buckets we've got 999. It needs 263. So I think our roller coaster is gonna finish by tomorrow, and we will be complete here on Silverrun Forest. That was always our aim, was to complete the roller coaster for Silverrun. In order to finish off, that was where we were aiming for. Now over here is our little side project, is the shipyard, which we did buy, and we're trying to launch a ship from how long? Launches in 1 hour and 17 minutes. So it is slowly moving forwards. It is so close, and yet today we are going to launch a ship, definitely. So 1 hour and 17 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes. So that is launching at 2 p.m. So we'll make sure we're back down here for that. In the meantime, I've got one last production that needs dealing with today. So we're heading back up to our logging camp, and we're going to get that sorted, and that is the wool and the sheep. So we've got 3 full pallets of wool and 1 partial pallet, so I want to get those loaded up. It is already 20 past 1 though, so our ship launches in the next in the next 40 minutes. So we'll get these loaded up. Whether we make it to drop these off or not, I don't know. But I want to get these over there so that we can get selling the fabric that comes out. So load this under that. Yeah, I did not quite get the lineup for the roadway here right. It's very bumpy coming onto it. It's not easy to get at these bales of wool very easily. I mean, I have done, and I've got to it, but yeah, that's not pretty. I think we might have to put these on the flatbed, to be honest. So let's do that, and that down, and then we'll put the sides down. That will be the best way to load this up with the difficulties that we're having. Those onto that. And we're not going to be taking this little skid steer down there for that. We're going to be taking the... we're just going to be taking it and unloading it, which makes sense, really. Right, this one here, under there. And... yeah, I can't get my forks under it with any kind of precision. It really doesn't like me coming in from this angle and trying to do it this way. However, our ship is about to launch, so I'm going to head down and check that out. We're going to take the bike. I don't often ride the bike, but yeah, I think this warrants that. We've got about 15 minutes before the launch, so we'll head down there on this and see what happens when we launch a ship. With just under 5 minutes to go, we're down to the shipyard. Let's get off the bike and we can watch our ship launch. Yeah, 1 minute left and then the ship is gonna launch. And oh, I'm looking forward to this. There we go. Off he goes. Our first ship into the water. How much is this gonna make us? Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Has that made us any money? There we go. 114,477 for the ship. That is brilliant. And the next one is ready to go if I wanted to start delivering stuff. In fact, yeah, there's already stuff here. Already stuff that is going towards it. So, yeah, a next ship is on the way. We won't see it, though, because we've launched the ship and it's out on the water. Fantastic. And so with our ship launched, we can turn our attention back to the sheep and try and get rid of the rest of this wool. Let's just park this up here. There we go. And jump back in the JCB. See if I can actually get under this pallet of wool. I think what I want to do in future possibly is just, or would do if I was going to improve this further, would be to get rid of this tree we have at the side, flatten out the approach to this, and get it so that we can more easily get at the wool. I've also said that I'd like to modify that particular sheep shed and get it putting the wool where I think it should be placing it, which is the area I've got the bales stored at the moment. It is really, really weird to me that those bales, where those bales are, isn't where this isn't where the wool comes out, because that would just make so much more sense, I think. Yeah, these pallets of bales on here apparently don't like being picked up this way, even though perfectly valid way of picking them up. It's a bit odd. Right, those onto there, and one more pallet to go, and we can head down to the spinnery and get them going. Yeah, because we've moved this pallet well off its expected position. So let's get in here and under there, like that. Perfect. Yeah, when everything else is approached from the front here, it's weird that you have to approach all of these pallets from the side. Pallets are on. Let's get them all strapped down. I just gave them a push from this side with the JCB, just to get them on there more neatly. Yeah, we wouldn't have fit all 4 pallets easily on the back of this. So let's head down to the spinnery and get these dropped off and set the spinnery to start selling off what it produces. So down and into here, and the spinnery I think is a really good example of one that works really well. It's got the unloading point in the front here, which makes it really easy to unload, and then the products actually come out the front here as well. So everything is accessible from this little area here, and wherever you place it, you only have to make this side of it accessible to vehicles, and then round the back you've got areas that you need to get to if you want to use the production setup. But this now enables the wool to come through. Let's select that, change output mode to selling. Now, everything we have around here is either distributing to somewhere where it can sell and go, or it's outright selling whatever comes through it. Hopefully, that is going to get everything sorted before next time, which will be brilliant. Yeah, and I think that's about all we have to do today on Silverrun. So we're expecting the roller coaster to be finished by the morning. That should have processed everything by then, and hopefully that will do, and we'll see how much money next time we have from here after selling up all our productions and selling off all of our produce and products, and see where we end up and how much we have to go on to the next map. We'll also reveal what the next map is going to be. So all that remains for now is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.